Hey YouTubers, this is Rob Muffet. Good morning. Guys, we're doing a video today on the Hawkins pressure cooker. It's a 1.5 liter, 1.5 liters. I've used pressure cookers for years. Oh, for 30 years. 30 decades. That 300-year-old man. No, I've used them for years. This is something I've never used, though. It's a very tiny pressure cooker, and it's been fun. I'm really glad I got it. I'm going to go over the reasons I like it, and then the reasons that I found other people criticize it for. Give you the good and the bad. I really haven't found anything I don't like about it, but I'll give you the reasons other people say they don't like it. So what's the reasons I like it? Well, first of all, it's the size. It's perfect size for one or two persons. And, you know, as you get older, if you don't have a lot of people in your house or kids are gone, you don't need a lot of cooking pans and make up a lot of stuff. It's just so quick to use. One little small pan is all you need for a whole lot of stuff. It's really good size. Next thing is at the low cost, you save a lot of money with this particular one, Hawkins. You can spend a lot of money on pressure cookers. This it cost me $28, but I see they have them even cheaper for like $18, which is quite a big savings. But you also save on the fuel that you use if you do a lot of cooking, because it cooks so quick. But more importantly than any other cost is the amount of money you save by cooking your own soups and different foods. I'm never going to buy soup again. Between my Vitamix and my pressure cooker, I can make the best soups in the world super quick for almost nothing. I'm really surprised. It's been a lot of fun, and I'm learning more about the soup making with a pressure cooker all the time. You're going to save a lot of money. Another thing is people use them for camping a lot. Now, I'd use them with car camping or van camping, boat camping, kayaks, but I don't know about backpacking. They're kind of bulky, a little bit heavy for backpacking. But they would save you a lot of money in stove fuel. And some people have mentioned that they like them because if they go camping, if there's bears or other wild animals, because the food cooks inside the pressure cooker, you don't have the smell as much to attract the animals. And also because it's locked on tight, they can't get in the food. So that's something to think about. Another thing about the Hawkins is they're fixable. You can use regular hand tools to make any repairs you would need. But I think it has a 5-year guarantee, though. So you really shouldn't have to fix anything. Now, another thing is I like about it, it's really easy to cook. If you use the right recipe with your stuff chopped up the right amount, the spices and the water, put the lid on. You don't need to stir it to pay attention. Just set it and go. When the timer goes off, it's done. If you've never done any pressure cooking before, there are some videos online with the company. You can get more information from there. Also, it's really easy to use. I've used the old Presto cooker with the lid that you slide back and forth, and it's easy to put on. But sometimes if it doesn't go on right, you don't know till it's already the pressure's on and it starts steam coming out. And you've got to cool it off and start over. Or with the Hawkins, you pretty much know right away whether it's on right or not. So I think in some ways it's easier to use than other pressure cookers. Now, the prep time, I know some people say they like slow cooker instead of pressure cooker. They go to work, they put stuff in the pressure cooker, they come home from work, slow cooker, when they come home from work, their slow cooker's done because it only takes like 4 hours. Well, the pressure cooker, you can do stuff in 12 minutes. So the prep time is the same for a pressure cooker or a slow cooker, but you have an option of cooking it in 12 minutes. You can't wait 4 hours sometimes. So I think the slow cooker is not as good as the pressure cooker. Another thing I like about the pressure cooker is you just get a different texture with a lot of different foods. Not with everything, but like your potatoes, your rice. For example, your rice has a chewy texture to it. It's not all gummy. And the potatoes taste better than boiled, even baked, to be honest. There's just certain foods that just taste better in the pressure cooker. You can make the soups that taste delicious, cook real quick, and with just a few vegetables and some spices. I think the texture you get with the pressure cooker is better than a microwave and many other appliances. Another thing I like about it is because it's so small, you can make small batches, and you can experiment and see what you like and don't like, and then later on you can scale them up and make larger amounts depending on how the earlier recipes went. Um, some people don't like them because they don't think they're safe. I actually, I've never known anybody to get injured with a pressure cooker. I think considering how I've seen people where they had pans on the stove and they turned over and they got scalding water on them, where the pressure cooker lid's on tight, it can't come off. So in some ways, I think the pressure cooker might be even more safe than a regular cooking. The last thing I think was probably the vitamins. If you cook really quick with a pressure cooker, you save a lot of vitamins and your food's more nutritious. So what about the drawbacks? There are some drawbacks that I've noticed people have mentioned about the pressure cooker. Let's see, like, well, this particular one, the Hawkins, it is a little tricky to take on and off the lid. You got to angle it just right and then turn it. But it just takes a little bit to practice, and then once you learn it, it's just like riding a bicycle. It's no second thoughts. You just go ahead and do it. There's no thinking about it. It's real simple once you learn it. Also, some people complain that the handle gets hot. You do need an oven mitt. They will get hot. Even the latch part, when you go to unlatch it, it gets hot. So you do want to use a little oven mitt or a cloth. Now, some people get upset because they can't put it in the dishwasher because the aluminum ones, it seems to make it they're dark, the metal, instead of shiny. So you have to hand clean it with a sponge. I don't mind that at all. Doesn't seem to be a problem for me. Another thing is, when it comes, it's in metric. It's 1.5 liters. A lot of people, they're not used to that measurement, but that's like 6.3 cups. So it's not exactly a big thing, you know. Well, and other people, they complain because you can't take the lid and open it or put the lid back on without dipping it down into the food, because if you have the liquid level too high, the lid has to go into the pot for it to be locked on. But in a way, that's good because you don't want to overfill the pressure cooker anyway. So it gives you a little bit of fail-safe there. It shows you've got it on too high. Because it's a 1.5 liters, 6.3 cups, but that means how much liquid that will go in all the way to the top. But you can't cook a pressure cooker all the way to the top. It's more like 1/2 or 2/3. So another thing is, the first time you use it, even though I've used pressure cookers for years, this one, the steam comes out in a big burst. And it's like a big pressure release valve is going off, and it's kind of scary the first time you think something's going to go wrong. But what that is you want to use the high heat to get it up to the top temperature, and then turn the temperature down to halfway once it starts to cook. And you know it's starting to cook when that pressure comes off the first time. So just when it comes off really high, the pressure comes out, just turn the temperature down, your heat on your gas or your electric, down halfway. And now it'll just cook on the medium heat like it's supposed to. But the first time it comes out, you think there's something wrong. It isn't. That's just the way it goes. And cooking at a high temperature really isn't going to cook it that much faster. So you don't want it on high. You just want it on medium. Or even low. You just want it steaming. So, well, like I said, another thing is you just can only fill it like 1/3 to half full. So if you're cooking for more than 2 people, you probably want to buy a larger than a 1.5 liter pot. Another thing people got upset about is the price changes on Amazon all the time. So if you advertise, if I tell people I bought mine for $28, they go, tomorrow it might be there for $32. So the price seems to change, and that gets people upset. You just got to buy them when they're the right price, because they go down too. The last thing that is really the only valid thing that I think that is different from other cooking is you really need to use a timer, because the time is so important with pressure cooking. You want to be sure you don't overcook it, and you don't want to overcook it to let the water boil out, and you'll ruin your pressure cooker. You'll make the safety valve melt. You have to replace it. So you do want to use a timer to make your food better. It's not mushy or overcooked. But that's it. Basically, you've got a few common faults that people don't like about them that really aren't big things to me, and you got the pros, the things that I like about them. They cook almost instantly. They cook pretty much perfectly if you do it right, and they take very little time. So I think pressure cookers are worth having. That's a good appliance. I'm using mine all the time. Like I said, I'm never going to buy soup again. I can make it so quickly and really delicious soup. So I hope you like this video, guys. And if you want to know more about the pressure cookers, I have a link down below the video to Amazon. You can take a look at their reviews and even buy one if you want, I guess. All right, guys, I put on new videos every week, and I got over 400 videos, a lot of different playlists, and I hope you all come back and watch more. Take care and see you out there.